Finally tonight, a question. When you devote your life to a career, make it all the way to the top, then retire, what's left to do? One man's answer, start again at the bottom. Steve Hartman met him on the road.
Going into retirement, 58-year-old David White had some preconceived notions.
I thought it would be blissful and easy and joyful.
It's not?
It wasn't quite.
Last September, David retired after 33 years in education. The last 15 spent as an elementary school principal. A career so illustrious, David was once awarded Principal of the Year for the entire Atlanta school district. He says he left mostly to be free of the demands. But
Well, I was just hanging out with the cat, and it was a little lonely, honestly. It was a little lonely.
About this same time, David says he really started missing his old school community. He knew he couldn't be principal again. They'd already hired a new one. But when a different position opened up, he fired off his resume immediately.
I said, okay, that's interesting. I said, absolutely, apply.
Holly Brookins is the new principal here at Burgess Peterson Academy. She interviewed David and found him more than qualified, which is why this old head of school now cleans the head. His job title is site manager, but he's basically a handyman. Does everything from power washing bathrooms to inspecting fire extinguishers to cleaning gutters. And although he's no longer climbing the ladder, metaphorically, no longer perched on that top rung, metaphorically, he doesn't seem to mind in the least.
Yeah, I'm one of the bottom rungs, right? If you look at it in a hierarchical way.
Why doesn't that bother you?
It doesn't bother me at all.
Why not?
I still feel like I'm contributing meaningfully to a place I really care about. I wanted to go through some of my to-do lists for the week.
Okay,
We all like to say that every job is important,
sure.
but not many truly believe it, truly know it, truly show it, as David has.
I need to finish spreading the mulch in the courtyard.
Okay.
And that's why, even though he retired as principal, he still leads
Hi, guys.
by example.
How was your dance, Aston?
Steve
Had a
Hartman,
good time?
on the road in Atlanta.
Finally tonight, we want to introduce you to someone who is not your average senior. He's booked, he's busy, and constantly creating something new. Steve Hartman met him on the road.
Want to sit at the counter here?
Sure.
It is remarkable
Over here.
being this able and spry at the age of 102.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
But that is not the story here. It is also extraordinary that George Strassman can still drive at 102. But that is not our story either.
Hi, George.
Nor are we here because George still works 4 days a week at his family construction business, amazing as that is. Instead, we came here to Great Neck, New York, because of what George does on his day off. For the past 10 years, George Strassman has been taking a pottery class. Why?
I've always worked with my hands. It's an interesting thing to do, and it's challenging to do well.
A challenge his teacher, Rosalie Dornstein, says he has fully embraced.
And that's wonderful that 102, he still wants to get better.
For him, like so many artists of all skill levels, creating became a compulsion of the spirit, a quest for deeper meaning, for greater beauty, a quest that has no end.
They're not perfectly round. The colors are not great.
George's wife, Nancy, says every week her husband brings home another piece he doesn't like. Today, there are hundreds of rejects, packed in wood cabinets and cardboard boxes, each one a testament to his relentless determination and endless optimism.
Maybe someday I'll get good enough to be happy with it. I'm still not happy with what I do.
What would that day be like for you when you look down and you've created something that you think is beautiful?
Be a great feeling.
Everyone is always searching for the secret to a long and happy life. But at least in George's case, the answer is clear.
I'm offset to here,
You can't leave this earth
which is lousy.
until you're finished.
You're going to have to come back and try again?
Yeah, next week.
Steve Hartman, on the road.
I wish I could do that.
In Great Neck, New York.
Finally tonight, a perfect retirement gift for someone who served their community for more than 3 decades. Not a gold watch or golf clubs, gratitude. Here's Steve Hartman on the road.
Folks in Demarest, New Jersey packed into a local restaurant recently, all of them wanting a picture, or better yet, a hug, from Joe DiTore.
Take care of yourself.
Because for the past 33 years, Joe has really delivered for the people in this community. I mean, he has really delivered. But now Joe the mailman is retiring, and oh, how he will be missed.
Joe knows about when I've had medical issues.
He knows if I've left my garage door open at the wrong time.
If he sees something wrong, he'll call you, text you.
I would seriously list him as an emergency contact.
Before becoming a mailman in 1992, Joe owned a small business, painting houses. And although he loved helping people, he hated charging them. So he found a job where he could still be the person he wanted to be, just for free.
I always tell people I'm around if you need me.
People need like help with a little errand?
If it's in town, yeah, I mean.
But beyond being a helpful hand and watchful eye, Joe has been a real source of comfort for many in Demarest, like Erin Kitsey. When Erin's beloved dog Cooper died, she told Joe first, and then he gifted her this bracelet with her dog's name on it.
I love my dad, but like if I honestly sort of like see him like a father figure.
Layla, what's up, puppy?
And for all those years of seemingly small acts of kindness.
Oh.
I'm gonna miss you so much.
I'm gonna miss you too.
I think Layla's gonna miss you.
Residents wanted to make sure Joe knew just how much it truly meant.
He just genuinely cares.
And in response, we care for him.
He doesn't know how to be any other way.
I hope that I can come by and check in on everybody occasionally.
So you're still gonna do the route basically and visit people?
God, I'm not, I have to, I can't just say goodbye.
Just won't have the mail with you.
Exactly,
Because when you care that deeply, people often respond in kind.
They say you get back what you give, but in my case, I received it tenfold. I will miss you. What the heck you say?
Handle with care, a motto for packages and people. Steve Hartman, on the road in Demarest, New Jersey.
Finally tonight, a small-town sports fan who's become much more than just a face in the crowd. Here's Steve Hartman on the road.
Clinton, New Jersey is known primarily for its old grist mill, its quaint downtown, and its historic Dave.
Dave is, I would say, like a pillar of the community.
Everybody knows Dave.
He is the essence of our town, I think.
Dave is Dave Robbins.
Hey.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Dave was born with an intellectual disability, struggled with academics, but excelled at school spirit. He quickly became a fixture at local sporting events, often donning his trademark Dave the Rave cape.
He's at every single football game. He's at every basketball game. Win, lose, he's there.
But what's really interesting here is that back when all this started, back in the 60s, special needs kids were often isolated, sometimes even institutionalized. And yet Dave has been embraced, really celebrated, for more than half a century now.
For example, Dave turned 80 last week, and the town made a huge deal of it at multiple events, going way over the top, as they so often do with all things Dave.
It's somewhat annoying to go to the supermarket with Dave and everybody says hello to Dave and nobody says hello to you.
This is Gene Robbins.
Oh, Dave the Rave, I saw you at the game.
He's Dave's jokingly jealous brother and caretaker.
Yeah, you can bet.
Fortunately, Gene says his bruised ego is way outweighed by the gratitude he feels for this community.
Good to see you, Linda.
During our visit, Gene pointed out that no matter where Dave goes, there's always someone watching out, guiding him gently, or just engaging him in conversation.
They always just kept tabs on where Dave was and what he was doing.
I'm like, oh, Dave, hop in, we'll give you a ride home.
Dave, like we wouldn't want it any other way.
In America, inclusion is now everywhere. But it's important to remember that this embrace began long ago, in small pockets, in communities like Clinton, where acceptance was, and still is, all the rave.
Happy birthday!
Steve Hartman, on the road, in Clinton, New Jersey.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Clinton, New Jersey.
Finally tonight, a pint-sized fan makes a big league play with the Phillies at home. And Steve Hartman on the road.
As you can tell from the mad scrambles, just about everyone at a Major League Baseball game wants a foul ball.
Oh my God!
And 9-year-old Jamison Pennings is no exception.
I'll just be super happy.
In fact, Jamison so wanted a ball, earlier this month, his parents bought tickets to a Philadelphia Phillies game along the third base line, down near where the ball girl sometimes tosses foul balls into the crowd. And sure enough, fifth inning, that's exactly what happened. Parents James and Eve Pennings.
He sat and he cherished it, and at one point, Dad, is that where the bat hit? Oh yeah, that's where the bat hit.
And you thought he would cherish that forever?
Forever, yeah.
But forever only lasted a few innings.
I'm still astounded.
I'm very proud of him. No.
Unbeknownst to his parents, earlier in the game, Jamison overheard a woman talking to that same ball girl. The woman was hoping to get a foul ball for her mother, Donna Morey, who was at the game celebrating her 80th birthday.
Unfortunately, getting anyone on the field to toss you a ball is a charm offensive that heavily favors the young. Jamison knew the odds of an 80-year-old getting a ball were slim to none. So he walked over to her, treasure in hand.
I was so shocked. I just didn't know what to say. It was unbelievable to me. It really was. And I said, why are you giving it to me?
I thought, she is way older and she can't come to many more games and I can go to more and get many more balls. So
Donna accepted the gift.
It symbolizes goodness in this world.
And Jamison is so glad she did.
So good to see you again.
Because he says he's actually happier without it.
Part of me says this doesn't make sense, though. You had a ball, you gave it away, now you're left with nothing.
True, but I will leave feeling really good about myself. So, does it really matter that I left without a ball?
How's that for a game-winning sacrifice?
I have a gift for you. Let me go grab it.
Steve Hartman on the road.
For the ball.
In Philadelphia.
Thank you.
Finally tonight, tuba or not tuba? That was the question. The answer came late in life for the man Steve Hartman met on the road.
Now here's something you don't see every day, or any day for that matter. Unless you live in this formerly quiet neighborhood in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where for the past year, 66-year-old Kent Broussard has been marching toward a dream he's had ever since he was a little kid, when he first saw the Louisiana State University Marching Band. Someday, he'd play tuba for them, he thought.
And that day never came.
It did not.
And at some point, you get too old. You've got a job, you've got a family.
Exactly, right?
You're not going to go play for the LSU band.
No, I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to play for the LSU band when I was 50.
But 66? He thought maybe. At least that's what he told his wife, Cheryl.
And at first I was like, do they have like a senior band? I mean, I wasn't sure what he was exactly talking about. And it was the real band.
And so, this year, this retired accountant went back to school, just in the hopes of making the band. He did play tuba as a kid, but had completely forgotten. So he relearned and trained hard for what was to be a very competitive audition process. Band director Simon Holowico.
You didn't cut him any slack. He doesn't get any breaks for being a senior citizen.
No, there are no breaks when you come here. And we follow that process to get the best possible group we can.
Which is why Kent was never really expecting to make the cut. And why he was this excited when he did. Kent is now the oldest person in the band by 41 years. His first game is tomorrow, and he hopes his little dot on the field will punctuate the importance of high-stepping out of your comfort zone.
Try it. The only thing you can do is fail. Your only failure is not trying.
And your only risk, annoying the entire neighborhood. Steve Hartman, on the road in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
It has been more than 80 years since retired Colonel Arnold Gabriel took an enlistment oath to defend this country during World War II. And to this day, he remains a man of his word. Here's Steve Hartman on the road.
At 100 years old, just tying your own laces is an accomplishment. But a few weeks ago, Arnold Gabriel of Arlington, Virginia, got suited up for something much more impressive. This retired Air Force colonel was once conductor of the U.S. Air Force Band. Under his leadership, the band became internationally renowned. One of his biggest fans, this guy, Bruce Moss, conductor of the Wheaton Municipal Band in Wheaton, Illinois. Bruce even invited Colonel Gabriel to be a guest conductor once.
He did not know me. He did not know the band. But he fell in love with the band over time and kept coming back.
And on one of those subsequent visits, Bruce said to Colonel Gabriel, who was in his 70s at the time, "You look so good, I bet you'll still be conducting at 100. Gabriel said, "I fully intend to." And when Bruce heard that, he saw an opportunity too good to pass up.
So I went home, wrote a contract, and mailed it to him.
Making
right
him sign
then.
that he would come and
Yes.
conduct on his 100th birthday.
Yes. He said, of course, if I don't make it to 100, this contract's null and void, but don't count on it.
His health is declining, and he can't travel anymore. But he was determined to honor his commitment.
Your word is your bond. If you sign a contract, you have to fulfill it. Yeah. No question about it.
And that's why, last month, remotely, he struck up the band one last time.
It felt like I was there on stage with them.
Even at 100, he kept perfect time. But more importantly, he kept his word. Steve Hartman, CBS News, on the road.
There are many reasons why people might pursue a college degree later in life, including career growth or simply a thirst for knowledge. Steve Hartman is on the road tonight with a story of a recent graduate who was inspired by the desire to honor.
79-year-old Linwood Riddick of New York could have spent his golden years here in Summerville, South Carolina, tickling the ivories or whatever else tickled his fancy. But instead, this retired shop owner has spent the last 6 years poring over textbooks and dragging himself to class here at South Carolina State University in Orangeburg, relentless in his pursuit of a college education.
I just stepped on the accelerator and didn't stop.
And didn't stop.
I was determined to complete what I started.
To understand why it mattered so, you need to go back to 1968. Protests against segregation were erupting across the country. One of the deadliest at South Carolina State, where 3 unarmed black students were shot and killed by police in what became known as the Orangeburg Massacre. Like many of us, Linwood Riddick had never heard of the Orangeburg Massacre until a few years ago when he stumbled on this campus memorial. And he says he knew right then what he had to do.
I said, you know, I'm coming here. I'm coming here.
Why?
Because I want to put my contributions to their sacrifice. That when I get my degree, it's going to be in their name.
In his mind, he was completing their mission.
University President Alexander Conyers.
He started here in 2019 with 0 credits, you know, driving from Somerville every day, which is almost an hour, to class and back home.
That patience and persistence earned him a bachelor's degree in music industry.
Linwood James Riddick.
Earlier this month, he walked across the stage to a standing ovation. But the more important walk was yet to come. One done alone, without any pomp or circumstance.
I've been here 6 years. We connected. With me graduating, you graduated. Thank you, brothers.
And with that, Linwood Riddick's mission was complete. And although it started as a symbolic gesture, President Conyers says it'll have a very real impact.
Mr. Riddick has brought this back to the forefront for this university, for this community, for this state, to remind us of our solemn duty to never forget.
Bachelor's in music, master of history. Steve Hartman, on the road, in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
It's been nearly 7 decades since he said I do, and she said I do, and all these years later, they still do, every night. Here's Steve Hartman on the road.
In less time than it takes to make a cup of tea,
2 minutes,
I will explain the secret of a long and happy marriage.
There.
As told to me by 94-year-old Don Barnett
Here you go.
and his 93-year-old wife Marilyn of Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
I'll get this done.
Their public displays of affection made possible, they say, by their private nightly ritual.
It's very simple,
Yeah.
and it's very easy to do.
We wouldn't go to sleep without that.
It happens.
You want a song?
Right before bed.
Sure.
Don sits down beside his bride of 68 years and starts to sing.
Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable.
I just look forward to it. And he has a beautiful voice.
Of love that clings to me.
They started doing this about 50 years ago.
To me. And I discovered a couple of things. First of all, it pleased her. And secondly, it calmed us. And if we had a disagreement or something before, it was gone by the time we went to sleep.
A magical musical elixir.
Yep, you got it.
That their son Doug says happens without fail.
Whether they're here or in a hotel room or in the hospital.
Doesn't matter. I'm not aware that they ever miss it.
Last month, Marilyn fell and broke her hip. And sure enough, her nightly serenade continued without skipping a beat.
When you sing to your spouse, she realizes you really care enough to go out of your way rather than just saying, "Good night, honey."
31 across.
This Valentine's weekend, couples will be searching for just the right words to show their love.
Yeah, that works.
But for Don and Marilyn, there's nothing to say.
Unforgettable too.
That can't be sung. Steve Hartman, on the road in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Tonight, Steve Hartman is on the road with a super dedicated sports fan who's in a league of his own.
Let's go! Fight! Sequence fight! Win!
We came to Antioch Community High School near Chicago to meet the record holder, the undisputed champion of showing up. As we first reported a couple years ago, then 91-year-old superfan Steve Young hadn't missed a single Antioch football game since 1946. Not that there hadn't been close calls, like the summer he got in a traffic accident in a thunderstorm.
I had 11 broken bones, punctured left lung, and while I was laying on a stretcher, I got hit by lightning, knocked me off the stretcher.
Wait. You got hit by lightning while you're on the stretcher?
On the stretcher. They got me in the hospital, and the one doctor said, he's not going to make it. And I said, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I said, I've got a game to go to.
And sure enough, a few weeks later, he was at the season opener.
But it's not just football. Steve has also been to virtually every basketball game, softball game, and volleyball match. He goes to tennis matches, golf matches, and even bowling tournaments. He is omnipresent at more than 20 sports, plus plays in concerts.
We talked to students and former students across 3 generations.
He was at our games. No matter what.
Rain or shine.
Home or away.
Every single one. He's always there.
For some athletes, it's maybe the only person that they have at the game, so.
Steve says that's true. Kids have told him so.
I've had kids come up and say, my parents never show up for anything.
What's that like to hear?
It kind of hits home.
And it's a big reason why he does it. After we first told this story, Steve got inducted into the Antioch High School Hall of Fame as a super fan. And of course, he still goes to games. Now 93 years old and as ever present as ever, with no plans to stay home anytime soon.
You're not going to live forever. You're going to miss a game.
Who says?
Steve Hartman on the road in Antioch, Illinois.
There's probably not a track and field event more technically demanding than pole vaulting, and the man you're about to meet is still vaulting to heights that would impress athletes half his age. Here's Steve Hartman on the road.
Here at the Texas Express pole vaulting gym near Dallas, just about every kid jumps to the same conclusion. First time they see 82-year-old Don Isett walk in the door.
And I thought, oh, maybe he's like someone's grandfather or something. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Which soon leads to the second universal reaction.
Wow, is he okay? I thought.
What he does is absolutely insane.
Don Isett is the nation's top pole vaulter in his age group.
National champion.
And pretty much the only pole vaulter in his age group.
I've got buckets of them.
Buckets of them.
He picked up the sport for a second time at age 66.
This is when you started?
5 decades after an unremarkable high school career.
So you weren't even that good to begin with.
Right.
So at 66, you say, I want to relive this.
Yeah.
Mediocrity.
And try this again.
Why?
It's fun. It's like going to high school again with nothing to study.
Nothing to study but the physics of gravitational potential energy and pain management.
That's a jump right there.
But Don says it's well worth the aches.
It's a rush, exhilaration when you clear a bar.
At a meet last year, Don cleared 9 feet 1 inch. No octogenarian had ever done such a thing. And then, just moments later, set another record. Oldest man to be a human centrifuge. And Don says he's not done setting records. In fact, he told me he plans to keep fit and keep at this until he's 6 feet under, which by my calculation is still about 15 feet away. Steve Hartman on the road in Princeton, Texas.